Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Fits, or The Big Picture, here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of your world. And the title of today's talk is The Catch-22 of Trump. Now you need a wide-angle lens. You know, a wide-angle lens gives you a view of the panorama, the whole scene. The narrow lens focuses on an object. So here's the object, and the panorama shows the background here. So, in order to see the catch-22 of Trump, a wide angle, and starts with Nixon. And Nixon was against his own people, the left, the liberals, the protesters, the blacks, the Jews, whatever. He went to war on it. That's what got him impeached. But this idea, the GOP created itself after the Civil Rights Movement, as after the dominance of LBJ and liberalism, the GOP made itself anti-liberalism, an outsider. So the idea of the president evolved into the point of being outside of the government, not being a politician. I'm not politically correct. I'm not among the elite. I'm not among those liberals, those neoliberals, or whatever, the government, you see. I'm outside of it. I'm an individual. I'm a free thinker. I'm a libertarian. I come from the West on a horse. And I come in to save the town, and then I leave. Because I'm an outsider. I'm an individual. So the true individual in this mythology is somebody who is outside the mainstream, beyond the pale. A biker, a Viking, a cowboy, an action hero. Somebody who is not corrupted, not politically correct, who sees truth, who is an action man. He acts on it. He trusts his gut. He's a free thinker. But he's outside. So the posture of the Republican American, the true American, is one who is outside of liberalism, the mainstream press. We're not the mainstream. We're individual press, like Breitbart or something like that, or Alex Jones, beyond the pale, the true individual, you see. So Trump postured himself as that. He's always been outside the elite, outside of the big boys, you see, the maverick, Kane, you see, Sarah Palin, the maverick, the true individual. They're individuals because they're not like the mainstream. They don't conform. They have tattoos. Long hair, short, whatever is nonconformist, that's who they are, you see. So the perfect trap that the Republicans set, the catch-22, is that by posturing themselves as being anti-liberal, anti-government, anti-bureaucrats, anti the establishment, anti the machine, anti the administrative state. We're going to deconstruct the administrative state, the institutions. We're outside of that. We're true people, individuals. We're obedient to no one. We're rebels without a cause. So you see the impossibility of this. So when the Republicans get into power as the anti-government party, what can they do? Well, they can't create any new programs because that's government. So all they can do is deconstruct the government. Starve it to death. Take away all the taxes and give it to the individuals, the CEOs. They're the true people, the wealthy makers of society. They are the true individuals. Give the money to them and they'll create a better society. Take it away from that government, you see. Starve the beast. So then Trump comes to power as the individual. Before you had the Bushes and you had the Reagans and all of them, these were all part of the mainstream. Trump came out to attack the mainstream personally, you see. So now he is president of and against the government at the same time. The executive branch is an institution, but he's anti-institutionalist. So he's anti-himself. You see? He is for the government and against the government at the same time. So this creates an ambiguous, fascinating trance. We can't take our eyes off Trump because he is an enigma. How can you be against the government and for the government? How can you be the government and be against the government at the same time? Well, he is. That's the catch-22. Yes is no, no is yes. I am the government, I am not the government, you see. So he's kind of like that ambiguous, that fascinating object of focus that is this and that at the same time. Which is it? I don't know. Everybody's got a different opinion. It keeps switching. Is he good? Is he bad? I don't know. Can't take my eyes off him because it's mysterious. He's not one thing, solidly one thing, or another. He's not an outsider. He's an insider who's outside, an outsider who's inside. So this ambiguity, you see, in Trump has to be expanded. You have to keep coming up with new news. You have to be in the spotlight by being outrageous, by coming up with new shit. You see? So we finally, this is an accelerating thing. That's, you understand, it accelerates. You have to keep stretching the envelope 1 inch further. So that's why, if you don't stop the expanding, it will keep going until the catch-22 is exposed, until the double bind is broken. If you stick a mic in an amplifier, it will keep expanding, wow, 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 until the amplifier or your mind explodes. Well, when he invaded the Capitol, when he sacked the Capitol, like a Viking, sacked a town, he sacked the Capitol, his Viking raiders sacked the town, the catch-22 blew up. It could not be sustained. It became totally absurd that the President of the United States would attack the United States. He broke the rules, finally. That's insane. That's madness. That is madness, you see. So Trump's madness and America's madness was exposed. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, I still got some time left. All right, let's go. So the catch-22, if you've seen the movie, I watched it a while ago, the original movie, about an island in the Mediterranean that's an air base, and they can't get off the air base. They can't leave the island. They're on bombing runs, but it's absurd. It's insane. It's a catch-22. Everything is its own opposite, you see. And once you get caught in the catch-22, you can't get out. Nobody could get off there. They were trying different mad acts to get off. Nothing worked, you see. So at the end of the movie ends with our hero who realized one pilot got off. I forgot how he got off, but he escaped by some crazy act. So he went down to the shore and got in a little tiny raft and started rowing. And you could pull back and you see him rowing on this little tiny raft into the vast ocean. Totally insane. A total mad act. Well, the point of the movie is that when society becomes mad and everything you do in the society becomes sane, but it's mad, It's madness that is sane, saneness that is madness, yes that is no, no that is yes. When that happens and you get caught up in it, wow, 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 you see, the only way to get out is through a mad act. But the madness is sanity. Because the sanity is madness. So when the sanity becomes madness and you're caught up in this catch-22 world, which is Trump, which is the GOP, which is America, you see, when you're caught up in that, only the one who is brave enough to do a mad act, that is mad according to the sane, mad world, you see, but it's mad according to them, it's sane. So you see the catch here? So if you're in a world which is catch-22, madness is sanity, sanity is madness, right? Madness is sanity. So the only way out is through catch-22. So you do a mad act. The act, according to society, is mad, but because madness is sanity, what they say is mad is sane. You see? Thanks for dropping in.